Hi everybody, welcome to our official strategy guide for Fieldrunners 2. My name is Andrew Mills, author of the strategy guide, and in this particular tutorial video we're going to be taking a look through the level Curious Gorge on heroic difficulty, going for those 3 stars. Now, Curious Gorge to us is probably what we like to think of it as a super level, in that it's got at least 13 different kinds of field runners in the map in pretty large quantities as well. So it's the perfect map for those people who are wanting to get the achievement stroke cards as early as possible. You also can generate a lot of coins in this level and pretty good high scores as well. So this is a great level to repeatedly play and get the most out of. Now at the start, for the first 9 rounds at least, the enemies are going to come from the northern part of the map, running down towards the south. So a couple of towers, gun towers up the top, and 2 covering the lower bridge is what you need just now. And as you can see, none of them are going to get through. We are using machine gun towers, and just to reiterate what we've said in our other videos, as it stands with version 1.4 on the iPhone and iPod versions, the machine gun towers are not yet available, but we've been assured they will be available as of 1.5 for those players. Otherwise you can just use the Gatling gun towers, but for everybody else the machine gun towers are very good towers to use. They slow the enemies down, and the damage to cost ratio versus the Gatling gun tower is really good. Also, another thing to note is that we have dropped 3 smart mines at the various exit points on the map. What you'll find is that they're not actually triggered in our strategy, but we like to play it be better safe than sorry. And also, to reiterate another point, you do not need to use items for any level in Fieldrunners 2 to beat it on heroic difficulty, but they certainly make life that little bit easier. Now, to get back to the main strategy at hand, we've looped the top bridge, which is the most popular bridge for enemy runners at the minute, and certainly for the next few rounds the majority of the runners will actually come from that northern central entrance, as you can see here. We've got a spark tower covering it over, and the spark tower is really good to have there because, one, it will damage them as they're coming under the bridge, as they're going over the bridge, and then because the shortest distance to their exit is running beside the spark tower, they're going to take the full damage as they're coming off the bridge and trying to run towards the exit. We have put a flamethrower down by the southern exit point, and we've upgraded it to level 2. It's a really good place to have that there because, 1, it will focus on any helicopters that come from the southern part of the map, and 2, it will also pick off any field runners that come from the north down to the south. Now, the next part of the strategy here is to block off the running between the top bridge and the west hand bridge, which we've done with 3 diagonally placed turrets. We're now going to drop another couple down towards the flamethrower. We'll leave it, there's a gap, as you can see, between the most recently placed turret and the flamethrower. That is deliberate at the minute because we're saving up for a slow tower, which we're going to place in there now. And as you can see, we've got 2 double over the bridges for the top runners. They're going to have to double over the top bridge, and now they're going to have to double over the bottom bridge as well. The slow tower will slow them down as they're coming into the flamethrower, sorry. And then as they cross over the bridge, they're going to have to double back over that gun tower, back again towards the flamethrower, which will finish off the job fully. We've now put another spark tower, sorry, we've put a spark tower down by the western side bridge, upgraded that to level 2. The runners will still run towards the flamethrower because it is the shortest distance to their particular exit, and we've upgraded that spark tower now to level 3. As you can tell, we're around 25. We've already got an airstrike ready, and we will keep that for use later on. As you can tell, with the runners that are making it under the bridge, they don't trigger the smart mine that's there by the exit. They're just basically a fail-safe measure in case, for whatever reason, an enemy doesn't quite take the damage you would expect it to on this particular map setup. Now, even though there's some Toastmasters on this map and we are using a flamethrower, we'll take a little bit of damage from the flamethrower, but not an awful lot. We've now added a plasma tower to the top left corner of the map. That serves two purposes, especially for people coming, units coming from the top end of the map. One will fire left and right at the same time, damaging those that are coming off the bridge and also those that are coming from the left exit. And two, it will also provide additional damage to the units that are running past it and running down towards the left hand bridge, as you can see here. The slow tower that we've now placed by the bridge, and the machine gun tower that we placed to block off any close exit there, is forcing everybody under that left hand bridge now. The slow tower will slow them down, meaning the plasma beam will do even more damage. We now block off the west hand bridge. That will serve two purposes that we've done that. One, it means we've now got 3 double backs for the runners at the north that come from the north entrance. We've got and we've obviously got a double back now for those that are coming down from the top left corner, and it also forces any enemies from the south west corner of the map that they must go up over the bridge. The key focus of what we're going to do on most of the turrets now are going to be in the bottom left hand corner of this map, where this bridge is and where those mama tanks are currently sitting. We're going to create a couple of S-bands here shortly, and we're going to slow them right down, all units right down, to maximise the damage that it will do. Okay, we're saving up now for a spark tower, and we're going to place that there. There we go. We've created the first sort of mini part of our first U-bend leading down to the southern bridge. We now drop another spark tower by the west hand bridge, just to maximise the damage that we're dealing to units that are getting slowed down as they're passing underneath and having to double back over the bridge, which is really good, which means it's getting hit by that new spark tower every single time they're crossing over that bridge, because they're having to come down around the spark tower back over the bridge, which means it's getting hit by all angles from both spark towers now. As you can tell, we've got some hazmat runners in field now, so we don't really recommend having any gas related towers here. And as you can tell from the tower setup that we've got, the only one that has any potential not to do any harm to any runners is the flamethrower, but the Tesla, the plasma, the spark tower, the ice tower and the machine gun tower will do pretty good damage across the board. Just upgrading the initial clock towers now to maximise some of the damage dealing as the enemies are running out from the northern point. So far, none of the enemies have proven to be anything too troublesome. The constant looping over the bridges has proven to be very fruitful in this particular tower set. Okay, we're now going to be saving up for a Tesla tower, so just wait until we get enough money to sell that Gatling tower that's near the bottom. Oh, no, we'll get rid of that. We'll get this Tesla tower in there now. Okay, that particular Tesla tower there in the middle of the map, that's going to serve two purposes. Firstly, it's going to pick off any of the aerial units that come down from the top middle part of the map. They're going to get slowed down by the ice towers. You can see here comes the S-17, and the spark tower is now, the Tesla tower is now going to do extra damage to the flying units as they get slowed down by that fully upgraded ice tower. We've now maxed out that Tesla tower pretty quickly and as you can tell, they're really doing damage to the S17s as they're coming down from the top end of the map. We've now fully formed our curves. There we go. We've got our U-bends now leading up to the bridge and coming off the bridge leading towards the southern end of the map, and this is where we're maximizing the damage that we're going to do to runners before they even hit that southern bridge. We will eventually going to extend the towers out to the right hand part of the map, but just for the minute we're just focusing slightly now on the left hand side. So here we go. We're going to start extending our towers out on the right hand side. We will start to find there's going to be some runners that will start to make it past the actual flamethrower, so we're just preempting that and getting a few extra towers up here to make them double back towards 1 the flamethrower, 2 the ice tower, and 3 the Tesla. So it doesn't even matter which exit they're going for, whether it's the southern exit, the northeastern exit, or the southeastern exit. They're going to have to go to the Tesla, the ice beam, and the flamethrower once, cross the bridge, take the U-turn, and they're going to come right back towards those 3 towers again, making it really difficult for any units to get to the exit that they need to get to. So the main structure of the map is pretty much complete. We're now just going to be reinforcing and strengthening some of the tower choices that we've made. We've upgraded the top plasma tower now to level 2. All the spark towers around that left hand bridge are up to level 3. We now get another plasma tower into the bottom of the map, and this creates a nice little corridor of bouncing plasma death as the beams bounce up and down, and as the rounds increase, so too will the units that come from the southwest side of the map. They're going to get further, as you can see here now. As round 49, we've got more units coming from the lower end of the map now, but the plasma towers at both sides are doing an excellent job of taking as much damage off them as possible, and they're not even making it, they're barely making it off the bridge, which is perfect. Okay, so we swap out the spark tower now for a level 2 flamethrower, just to make a little bit of extra damage, not only on the units that come across and under that bridge, but also to the helicopters and aerial units that pass over the northern point of the map. Thankfully, this particular maze structure is quite easy to replicate. It's not overly elaborate, it's not overly fancy, which makes it easier to memorize when you're replicating this yourself. To get the 3 stars on this map, you'll find it's not too difficult to get your head around, thankfully. And that's probably one of the other things of the good thing about Fieldrunners 2 strategies, is that there's multiple ways to do every single map using all different types of tower combinations that you like. Our main focus is in using the most basic towers possible with the easiest maze configurations possible, but they still get the exact same end result of 3 stars on the hardest difficulty level. As you can see, none of the mines have been tripped yet that we've laid down, and we've still got no leaks happening in the map. So we've got fairly solid maze on the go. Okay, we get another Tesla tower up near the northern end of the map. Again, what you'll find is that the southern end of the map is really well covered, but we don't want to lose any focus on the top end of the map either, because there's still going to be some aerial helicopters coming around, and you're still going to want to do as much damage as you can to the units that pass under that bridge. But your biggest focus on putting the Tesla and the flamethrower there is for any planes and helicopters that come by, because you can be quite surprised they can sneak past your defences without you even realising, because you focused all your time and effort on the lower parts of the map. Okay, we drop another flamethrower there down by the bridge, so the bridge is pretty well packed out as far as towers go. Just cover ourselves there on round 55 by upgrading the most southeastern machine gun turret, just to make sure that we don't have anybody sneaking past. We're upgrading the Tesla at the north tower of the map now to level 2. That will deal some decent damage to the S-17 when it goes past, and if you can time it right, it will take out some of the runners to the left as well at the same time. We're 3 rounds from the end, still no leaks, still no tripped mines, and the tower is proving to be fairly solid right now. We're upgrading the flamethrower. We're going to maximise the damage that is dealt as units pass under and around that bridge. So we're going to upgrade a few machine gun turrets, $8 for a full upgrade. Can't argue with that. And that will just chip away at more health as the enemy's health increases. But we're saving our airstrike like we usually tend to do for the very last round, and just finish that round as quickly as possible. Bearing in mind as well, this particular map, Curious Gorge, there is a random chance that you will get the Red Baron flying on the map as well. So there is an elite unit that can appear randomly on this map, and it is entirely random. There is no 25%, 30%, whatever. It's just a random amount of chance that the enemy will appear. So that's another reason why this is a very good map for repeat play on. There's the coins, there's working towards your achievement cards for the unit types, and there's the elite units as well. Pretty good now. There's not really much more extra that we're going to do. Enemies are floating around from the top, getting combo crazy. They're still barely making it past the bridge, but now we've upgraded the central Tesla tower to level 3, so we added an extra one. We added an extra spark tower. To be fair, we didn't have to add it, but we had the money, so you know, why not? We've now got a bad day blimp coming down from the north part of the map. And you'll find now, once it hits the centre point of the map, it's going to get absolutely annihilated. There we go. Card earned. Achievement unlocked. Gotta love this level. Pause it. Incoming. And there we go. Just a few more units to come through. So we just maximise the cash that we've got, make the most use of it. We don't really need to worry about many runners right now. It's just finishing off the last few stragglers. Now, we hope you found our strategy guide for Curious Gorge to be of help. Don't forget, there's other strategies like this for Fieldrunners 2 on our official strategy guide, available exclusively at gamerguides.com. We'd love to hear your feedback and what you think. And also, don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter at gamerguides. Thanks very much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.